You're scrolling, drifting through the endless static of the algorithm, waiting for the signal to cut through the noise. Consider, if you will, that you just found the frequency. You've just stepped off the timeline of the everyday, into the space where the forgotten history and the hidden truths finally touch down. There's the story you know, and then there's the airspace we're about to enter. Check your coordinates, because you're heading towards the landing point. Welcome back, viewers. Today's story: a man before his time. He had the looks of a Hollywood matinee idol and the wardrobe to match. He wore custom-tailored suits, hand-painted silk ties, and possessed a charismatic smile that could disarm just about anyone. When he moved to California in the late 1930s, he fit right in, with the glitz and glamour. He threw lavish parties at the Beverly Hills mansion. He played tennis with Hollywood royalty, like Cary Grant and Gary Cooper. He even hobnobbed with European aristocrats. To look at him, you'd think he was a high-powered studio exec, or perhaps a leading man waiting for his name in lights. But his business associates back east knew better. You see, his closest childhood friend was a brilliant, calculating man named Meyer. Together, growing up on the gritty streets of Brooklyn, they had started a protection business. They were remarkably efficient at it. So efficient, in fact, that they eventually helped organize a national syndicate of organized crime. Our handsome Hollywood socialite wasn't an actor. He was a ruthless enforcer, a hitman. He possessed a temper so explosive and so completely erratic that his own criminal peers whispered he was crazy as a bedbug. They gave him a nickname based on that phrase, but they only used it behind his back. To use the nickname to his face was a gamble with your own life. He despised the moniker. He demanded respect. He insisted that his friends, his enemies, and his employees call him simply Ben. Eventually, Ben's associates sent him to the West Coast to consolidate their operations. Eventually, Ben's associates sent him to the West Coast to consolidate their operations. But Ben found himself restless. He wanted something more than running illegal bookmaking. He desperately wanted to be seen as legitimate. So he drove out to the scorching, desolate wasteland of the Nevada desert. There in the dusty, miserable little railroad town, he took over a failing construction project and saw the future. He didn't just want to build a sawdust on-the-floor saloon. He wanted to build an oasis, a luxury resort in the sand. He named it the Flamingo. He poured everything into it. He observed over the most intricate details, insisting that every single room have its own private plumbing, an expensive rarity at the time. But Ben was a terrible accountant. He was scammed by his own contractors, who would sell him brick by day, steal them by night, and sell them back to him the next morning. The budget skyrocketed from $1 million to $6 million. And Ben wasn't spending the bank's money, he was spending the syndicate's money. His ruthless friends back east grew incredibly impatient. They suspected he was skimming money from the top, so he could take his girlfriend on a European getaway. When the Flamingo finally opened, the weather was terrible. The hotel rooms were unfinished, and the glamour celebrities didn't show up. It was a massive, bleeding failure. Though the Flamingo would eventually turn a profit a few months later and ignite the spark that created the multi-billion-dollar Las Vegas Strip, Ben wouldn't live to see his dreams fully realized. On a quiet June evening, while sitting on a floral sofa reading the Los Angeles Times, an unknown sniper fired a volley of shots through the window. Ben wanted nothing more than to be remembered as a high society visionary, a respectable builder of legitimate dreams. He wanted to be remembered respectfully as Ben. But history has a funny way of settling scores. Today, the man who laid the glamorous foundation of modern Las Vegas is forever immortalized not by his given name, but by the very nickname he despised, the one that reminded the world he was nothing more than a crazy, violent thug. He is Benjamin Bugsy Siegel, and whether you realize it or not, this is The Landing Point. Thank you for watching today, The Landing Point. Our stories come out Monday through Friday at 10 a.m. Central Standard Time, so you can always catch our latest story. I'd like to thank our sponsor, Roadrunner Real Estate. They're a full-service real estate company that can help you with both your real estate, residential and commercial needs, both buying and selling and leasing for the commercial side. If you haven't done so already, please go out to our YouTube page and subscribe so you can get our latest stories that come out. If you want our latest updates, please go to our Facebook page and follow and like that. And then for those of you that enjoy just listening to stories when you're out on the drive, we do have our podcast too that you can hear the same stories. Thank you for listening to today's story, and we'll catch you next time.